What's going on in the downtown Chicago real estate market? Let's take a look. As always, we're looking at the lakefront communities right along the Lake Michigan shoreline, including a little bit west, Bucktown, Wicker Park, Logan Square, Lincoln Square, North Center. Let's get into single-family homes. Last month, 90 homes closed, 108 went under contract. 165 homes are currently for sale. We continue to have record low inventory. This chart shows what's been for sale since 2008. And at one point, we had 1,019 homes on the market. Today, 165. So just about a tenth of what was previously available. And Economics 101, when there's demand and there's no inventory, prices go up. We have hit an all-time high for median sales price for single-family homes in Chicago at $1,410,000. If you translate it into rate of sale, we have 2 months worth of inventory on the market for homes, and that is significantly lower than the 6-month supply we had in June of 2020. Definitely a seller's market. Year to date, so January through April, you'll see here that there were 289 homes that have closed in these first 4 months. That is a little bit higher than last year and higher even than the year before that. So despite the fact that we have low inventory, we do have more sales. All right, let's switch over to condos. In the month of April, 1,058 attached closed, and I should say attached because it's condos, co-ops, townhomes, not just condos. 1,027 went under contract. That was down a little bit, but again, due to inventory. 1,886 attached properties are currently on the market in the lakefront communities. And again, historic lows. You'll see that during the housing crisis of 2008, we had significant inventory on the market. And of course, we had that little blip up during the pandemic, but now we're down significantly in the number of homes that are for sale, that are attached. That equates to a 2.3 month inventory. And I thought this slide would be worthwhile looking at. This is showing based on price point. So the lowest, the blue is under 500,000. The red is 500 to $1 million. The orange is $1 million to $2 million. And the purplish color is over $2 million. And you can see that at one point, it was a very high inventory for luxury properties. However, that has come down and come down significantly. So a year ago at this time, there was 15 months worth of inventory, over $2 million. Today, there's only 8.3 months worth of inventory. In the $1 million to $2 million category, only 4 months worth of inventory, whereas a year ago right now, there was 7 months worth of inventory. And of course, only 2 months for anything under $1 million. So the attached property market is very, very strong in Chicago. Now, let me warn you, it varies neighborhood by neighborhood. Right now, Loop is not as strong. And Lincoln Park, they're flying off the shelves. And the same is true for the West Loop. Again, lots of demand, little inventory. I think this is the 7th or 8th month in a row that we have had all-time record highs in terms of median sales price for condominium attached sales here in Chicago. Year-to-date sales for attached properties, January through April, 3,433. That's up a little bit from 2024 and up a little bit from 2023. Just a nice, steady, healthy growth in terms of number of units and number of condos sold. So it's really a great real estate market for condos here in Chicago. In terms of mortgages, and they've been up and down and up and down. Right now, Freddie Mac is saying 6.76. In terms of the 30-year fixed average interest rate, that is still below the 40-year average of 7.74. So I know, folks, many of you are fortunate in holding on to less than 4% interest rates, but those days are gone. So if you want to make a move, maybe you want to consider leasing that property out or considering some other options to take advantage of that asset and still parlay into a new property. Let's talk about that. And then now let's go over to rents. Rents have declined a little bit. I think it's because of the increase in inventory in rental apartments here in Chicago. The median price for an apartment right now is $2,100 per month. Of course, that varies based on the size of the apartment. A 2-bedroom is typically $2,700. This is for all of Chicago now, not just the downtown areas. Let's look at it by neighborhood, and you'll see that the near west side is the most expensive neighborhood in which to rent at $3,383 per month, followed by the near north side at $3,271, and Uptown is the most price affordable location at $1,880 per month. All right, so that's what's going on in the downtown Chicago housing market. As always, I am here to help you navigate the ins and outs because things are changing so much depending on the neighborhood, the type of housing stock, and what the goals of the sellers and the buyers are. So if you have a question, when you're ready to ask a question, I am always here for you. Please reach out. I'm Anne Rossley with Baird Warner. Let's connect.